With the NBA offseason fast approaching, the Golden State Warriors face a pivotal moment that could alter the course of their franchise. A young star, who has been a key contributor, is entering a critical stage in his career, and the buzz around his potential departure is growing. Will the Warriors manage to keep him, or will they watch as he signs a game-changing contract with a rival? Don't miss out on this developing story. Hit that like button to stay on top of every twist and turn. The latest news surrounding Jonathan Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors is both intriguing and concerning, especially for us diehard fans. As we head into an off-season where Kuminga will enter restricted free agency, there's a lot at stake. Reports indicate that the Warriors might have a better shot at re-signing him to a team-friendly deal than we initially thought. But this is the NBA, and things can change in an instant. The Brooklyn Nets are the primary threat looming over us. They are projected to have between $45 million and $60 million in cap space, which gives them the capability to throw a substantial offer sheet at Kuminga. However, a rival executive recently shared some insight with ESPN's Brian Windhorst that could shift the narrative. The Nets appear to be prioritizing trades over signings, which means they may not pursue Kuminga as aggressively as we feared. This could be a silver lining for the Warriors, as our young star might not have as many suitors as we thought. But let's not kid ourselves. Kuminga's camp was aiming for that coveted $35 million annual salary, while the Warriors have reportedly only been willing to offer around $30 million. Now, with the market looking like it might not bear the weight of such lofty expectations, Kuminga may have to rethink his stance. The prominent agent quoted in the report mentioned that this summer could be a free agent recession, leaving players like Kuminga with little leverage, and honestly, that has to sting for him and his camp. What's even more unsettling is the injury Kuminga has just suffered. After making a strong comeback from an ankle sprain that kept him out for 32 games, he has now been sidelined again with a pelvic contusion. This injury came during a game where the Warriors dominated the Spurs, and while it's always tough to see a player go down, the timing couldn't be worse. Kuminga's absence could impact not just his individual value, but also the Warriors' playoff aspirations and the team's overall chemistry. Eric Pincus, a salary cap expert, even speculated that Kuminga might leave the Warriors to sign with the Nets. He suggested that the Nets could offer a 4-year, $105.5 million deal, which might be enough to lure Kuminga away from Golden State. Yes, the Warriors have the right to match any offer, but with the luxury tax implications and commitments to stars like Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and the newly acquired Jimmy Butler, there's a real possibility that the Warriors might not match a hefty offer sheet. This leads us to a critical juncture in the Warriors' strategy and future. Do we want to risk losing a rising star like Kuminga, who has the potential to be a cornerstone for this franchise? Or do we hold firm and hope that he can be retained for a more manageable sum? Honestly, I'm torn over what the best decision is here. On one hand, I understand the business side of things, but on the other, I can't help but feel a deep connection to Kuminga, as he has shown flashes of brilliance that make us all believe in his future. As passionate fans, this is where we need to come together. How do we feel about the possibility of losing Kuminga? What do you think the Warriors should do moving forward? Should they prioritize keeping him at almost any cost? Or do we think it's wiser to let him go if it means maintaining flexibility? For the future? I want to hear your opinions down below. The decisions that the front office makes in the coming weeks will undoubtedly impact the team's chances of contention and our dreams as fans. We've seen the Warriors navigate challenges before, but this one feels different. We're at a crossroads where each decision could shape the team's destiny for years to come. The Golden State Warriors are witnessing a transformation this season, and much of that can be attributed to the arrival of Jimmy Butler. Since he was traded from the Miami Heat, this team has exploded onto the scene with a record of 19-4, solidifying their place as a legitimate contender in the Western Conference. Can you believe it? Just under 25 games in, and Butler is already making waves, seamlessly integrating into the roster and changing the dynamic in a way that has the entire fan base buzzing. Kevin Looney recently shared some insights about Butler's impact upon joining the Warriors, and let me tell you, it's fascinating. Imagine entering a new locker room after a heated departure from your former team, only to radiate confidence and positivity. That's precisely what Butler did. Looney emphasized how Butler's presence altered the entire vibe. He walked in like he owned the place, an all-NBA talent exuding confidence and leadership. And that's crucial. A player of his caliber can shift the atmosphere and inspire those around him to elevate their game. Looney also pointed out the significance of having veterans like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green on board. They know how to embrace a player like Butler, who thrives on intensity and competition. The blend of personalities is a critical factor here. It's not just about basketball skills, it's about fitting into a culture that has thrived on teamwork and camaraderie. Bringing in a competitor like Butler who enjoys the game and still has that fire is exactly what the Warriors needed. Could this be the spark that reignites their championship aspirations? Now, let's talk about the numbers. The Warriors are currently holding a record of 44-31. With Butler in the mix, they're not just winning games, they're winning with a newfound energy and urgency. This is a team that knows how to win championships, and with Butler's presence, they are reminding everyone of that tenacity. But I have to ask, do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. It's a bold move, and while the early results are promising, the real test lies ahead as we approach the playoffs. It's exciting to think about what this means for the future of the franchise. Butler's experience and leadership add a new layer to the Warriors' strategy. The chemistry he's developing with Curry and Green is something to watch closely. They're not just three stars, they're forming a triad of skill and intellect on the court that can be devastating for opponents. But can they sustain this level of performance against the elite teams in the league? That's the million-dollar question. As a passionate fan, I can't help but feel a surge of optimism. The Warriors have the pieces to compete at the highest level, and Butler's arrival could be the missing element they needed. However, it's essential to remain grounded. The road to the NBA Finals is fraught with challenges, and we all know the stakes get higher when the playoffs roll around. But whatever happens, I have faith in this team's ability to rise to the occasion. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are you excited about Butler's impact on the Warriors? Do you believe this trade was the right move? Let's get a conversation going in the comments. Your insights are invaluable, and who knows? Maybe your perspective can spark a new angle on this unfolding story. If you're as invested in this season as I am, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Golden State Warriors. Let's keep this community thriving. And remember to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. We're in this together, Warriors fans, and the best is yet to come.